Now, I'm proud to introduce you to the CEO and founder of BigSpeak, Jonathan Wigand. Jonathan, how are you today?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you so much, Adriana. It's nice to be with you today.
Thank you. So, how did you get started?
That I wanted to start a company that would help executives, their employee development needs, executive needs, etc. And one of the things that we do is we provide keynotes for companies as a starting point, and then following up that we do all sorts of organizational transformation, similar to things like executive coaching, consulting, training, around any kind of subject. It could be around innovation, team building, it could be around leadership.
Well, it's almost different for each company, very situational to the company itself and what kind of change they're going through. A lot of companies are changing because they have to. The world is changing that they're in, and so they have to change to keep up with it. And what's really important and critical is for people to get very clear about the primary driver inside the organization. What are the primary values? What would success look like if we were really successful? And having those conversations and those discussions.
When we talk about organizational transformation, the first thought I would share with you is something that Jim Collins shared with me. When he wrote the book Good to Great, which many of you might be familiar with, all of his analytical work said it takes 7 years to go from being a good company to being a great company. And he was speaking to my management team one day, and somebody very, very astutely said, well, if it takes 7 years to go from being a good company to being a great company, how long does it take from being a bad company to being a great company? And he said, well, it's going to take you 10 years because you've got to get the right people on the bus and you've got to get organized to execute. So the first point I would make to you is this takes time. It connects to some language that Stephen Covey shared with me once. He said, Doug, you really can't talk your way out of something you behaved your way into. You actually have to behave your way out of it. And typically companies, could be for the most well-intentioned reasons, will perform their way into a difficult situation. And there are no quick fixes. You got to perform your way out of it. So that's the other observation I would have in terms of really creating an organizational transformation that is delivering superior performance in an on-demand world in an enduring way.
Organizational change is the fabric of life right now, and there's many kinds, including, of course, working with people who want the change in leadership style, innovation, and the most important one nowadays, which is on incorporating more diversity into the workplace.
In the big cultural changes, people focus on what they want and they create a culture where people can really thrive.